video will show you how to replace the internal Wi-Fi card on this Spring Peak laptop with this nice new Intel one. So go ahead and take that out of the bag and set it aside. Now when you turn your laptop over, the first thing you'll want to do is take the battery off, which I've already done. And then if you notice the big main plastic piece here is the one that you're going to have to remove to replace the Wi-Fi card. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws holding it in place. For time's sake, I've already loosened those. So now I'll show you how to replace this Wi-Fi card. After you take the screws out, set them aside. All you need is a regular small Phillips head screwdriver for those. There are 2 more embedded ones you won't be able to remove with your fingers, but you will be able to loosen them. And you can kind of put a finger down in here, lift up, and you'll have to wiggle this piece out because there are a couple of plastic clips along the upper edge holding it in place. But it should come off pretty easily. Set that aside. Now this is the Wi-Fi card that you're going to want to replace. We'll zoom in on that for you. First step is to disconnect the antenna wires here. So you can do that by just carefully pulling up on the wire and disconnect the metal head. And you can kind of leave them in place there so you remember which one is which. And the next step will be to undo these 2 screws. I'll do that, and when you undo the screws, this chip will kind of rise up. I don't know if you can see this angle here, but it's lifted up. And when it lifts up, just pull it out. Kind of remember which way it's oriented because you're going to want to replace the other one in the same way. So kind of stick that in at the same angle that you removed the other one. Should slide right in. And then you're going to want to put the screws back in. So just push down on it with your finger, put the 2 screws in, tighten them, and then you want to replace the antenna wires the same way you took them off. Kind of hold it with one hand, hold the wire with one hand and push down on the head with the other finger. They should attach pretty easily. Not always super easily, but should attach. There we go. So once you get that in place, you just have to put the plastic cover back on, screw it back together and replace the battery, and then install the drivers, which I'll send separate instructions for.